So I'm now working on one of the pieces for the bed in the rebirth, the foundation the bed sits on. So I'm just with it here now, gonna get it all lined up with this piece of plywood and make a wee join and then cut it out. And here's the finished piece, almost ready for stain and varnish, only we got this wee tick in the wood that we need to get fixed. So I'll stir up a tiny bit of epoxy, add some filleting blend to it, and we'll just cover that right up. Try to blend some epoxy with the filleting blend, 405 it's called, so that's a nice wood color to it. It's the first time I ever do that, so we'll see how this will eventually work out. Just try to add a little wee bit of epoxy down in this damaged area here. Smoothen that out nice and evenly. Eventually have to grind this down, I presume. Smells like chocolate, kind of. So and over here we got the wood workshop going, making new bulkheads for the rebirth. Luckily, I have the old pieces relatively intact. This is not intact at all, but it'll be close enough. Over here we got one already cut out from the old one, so I'll cut out the next one there and then head over to the wee boats to actually to fit them, or adjust them at least for today. And Gina is removing old varnish from these teak pieces. It's coming off nicely, huh? Ooh la la. And the result is quite astonishing. Some teak cleaner and teak sealer on this, and it will be as good as new. So now this actually looks like teak once again. Finishing up with some good old-fashioned mechanical varnish removing grit paper, sand grit paper. So next step on these will be to apply some, or clean them with the traditional teak cleaner, and then apply some teak sealer in the end. And here we have a few pieces of the teak trim that's going on the main bulkhead, and these have been thoroughly cleaned now with teak cleaner, and also Dina has just covered them in teak sealer, and they got this really nice dark brown teak, reddish teak color back to them. Lovely piece of work there. Okay, so we're at the docks, and here's the beautiful Vega covered up in snow. So me and Dina here, we're just into test fit some of these wood pieces for the V-berth up front. So we'll go ahead and open it up. So, up we go. Covered this up as good as we could. Whoop. And voila! So, first fitting of the base for the bed. Stained this already, so hope it fits. So this goes up front here, and I would say it fits rather nice by the look of things. Yeah, maybe just cut an angle to the sides. Fit the angle of the hull. Perhaps it's not really necessary. Maybe up front, actually, yeah, a little bit up front. Okay, let's think about these ones then, or sides of these have to go. Oh, like this. No. There we go. That's quite a perfect fit as well. Not bad. And then the last one. Yeah. That looks rather good as well. It's hard to say now without the bulkheads being in, but they're at least not far off. I think we'll call that a success. Yep. So obviously then underneath here, all the way up front will be the water tank, which obviously has to be fitted first. And then here will be the forward bulkhead that we already cut out. That needs to be covered in epoxy first for both strengthening and also as moisture barrier. And then next, the second bulkhead will be put in right here, and we'll glass them in with an L-shaped epoxy glass mat. And then obviously this will then come up on top of that in the end. Also think about up front to glass in the walls of the hull to prepare it for an anchor chain, and might put a bit of glass up on deck. So we'll give that some more thoughts, but that's at least what we're planning to do for the next step. So let's get back to the workshop and get those all covered in this nice mahogany stain. So hello folks, we update. Today I'm alone. Dina is home with her father who turns 60 today, so congratulations to you, Ketil. Still a young man, needless to say. Anyways, here in the workshop I've got a diesel heater going to get a nice cozy temperature in here. I reckon it's about 20-25 degrees even, and with that temperature all this woodwork dries up quite quick. So we're just about finishing the stain work. It's these three wood pieces left, these two trim pieces down here, and also the front of one of the cabinets in the V-berth. Over here we have one side done with clear epoxy. This will be a moist barrier on the forward bulkheads in front of the water tank. They'll need a new stroke on the reverse side. And after that, it's almost ready to start mounting. All this over here is ready for varnish, so that will be the next step. I think I'll get that started this afternoon. So yeah, things are slowly moving forward. Also, I got a delivery today of the stain I was talking about earlier. So I got 10 more of that. So this is 5 liters. That will keep us busy for a little while at least. So yeah, I'll get back to work and I'll see you guys later. And now, folks, I must admit that I hate painting and all that kind of work, but this wood stain here, it comes on so nicely and so evenly. It looks so nice at first stroke that it's almost actually a bit fun, must admit. Just three strokes of this, it dries almost immediately. Like, I let it rest for about 10 minutes, and then I reapply the coat. At 3, maybe 4 strokes. We have to ask Dina about that, because I didn't do any of this, to be honest. But yeah, it's like 3 or 4 strokes, and we're there, like, with this nice golden woody touch. Mahogany stain this is. So yeah, it'll be very interesting to see with some varnish on, get some glossy coating on there. And just for the technical side of things, the varnish is obviously also very important to keep moisture out of wood. So that will be the moisture barrier on these wood pieces. The more exposed pieces, like the ones towards the floor, the boat, the keel, that will be covered in epoxy, like the 2 pieces I already showed you there. But a few strokes of varnish will also do the trick, or at least we can decide that in a few years when we have a look how it turned out. So the first coating of varnish is now on. So far it looks quite astonishing using this Defense Rapid Clear. And these 2 bad boys got a stroke of clear epoxy. It's a new day, it's raining and the snow is almost gone. But inside there is always heat to be found and some work. So it's the next day and first finish of varnish is on. I think this looks rather nice. This is the reverse side of the bed plate underneath the bed, so I won't be staining that. Looks rather nice, I must say. But there is always a but, and that is this here. So this fabric here, excellent for paint jobs. It absorbs paint, excess paint, but it's not very good for epoxy work. Look at this. That's our first major fuck up right there. So I'll just have to sandpaper this down and see. I might have to apply another coat of epoxy. Yeah, so learning by doing.